All right, Utah. Hey, it's Dinko here, your licensed real estate expert in the state of Utah. So if you need to get a hold of me, my contact information will be down below. Call or text me anytime. Now, when should you buy a house along the Wasatch Front in Salt Lake City, in Utah, really anywhere in Utah? Well, not right now, I'll tell you that much. So take a look at this article here. So Jerome Powell, the most influential person, the most powerful person in the world right now, said that we are in need of a housing correction. And what he really meant is we need to save face because we've been in a housing correction for a little while here. And so we need a housing correction. And if you look at my older videos, I'll put them down below. We've been in a housing correction for a while, and I had a video of what was leading us into it and why we were going to be in a housing correction. And it's market crash part 1. That one is a 15-minute fully detailed video. I really suggest you watch it. And buying a house, if you're a first-time home buyer, I would definitely wait until next year. I mean, worst case scenario, you're going to be in the same situation you're in right now, but we already know that's not going to happen because everything is indicating it's in the news media now, finally. And if houses come down 20%, you're going to be in a way better situation. I mean, that's a $500,000 house. That's $100,000 you're saving. $800,000 house. That's, almost $150,000. Well, actually more than $150,000 you're saving. So definitely wait. Now, if you're looking to sell and buy, I would say sell your house right now, rent. That's what I did. So take advantage of the market. My wife was telling me, you got all this data and all this information. You should start making YouTube stuff. So I did. And I was trying to convince her to sell in May. I was trying to convince her to sell in June. I said, hey, you're telling me to make all these videos and all my information is great, but you're not listening to me. So finally she did. We sold just slightly under the top of the market. So I'm renting. So, the headache, it's definitely not fun, but I say take that headache, rent, save the money, and buy next year. Now, if you're wanting to do it simultaneously, you're just opposed to renting, then it would probably be better to do that right now. The reason is the market hasn't fully tanked. So if you're selling and buying at the same time, it's easier to do that right now, especially if you're upsizing, because the houses that are, $7, $8, $9, $1 million or more, of course, those ones are taking forever. They're doing more price cuts. And the ones that are move-in ready that are, $500, $400, $300,000, those ones are still potentially getting multiple offers or going really quickly. So if you're kind of doing something like that, do it right now. Again, take the headache, wait, save yourself $100,000. That would be my recommendation. Wait at least until February or March. And the reason I would do that is new construction. It's also in that market crash part 1. New construction starts and at the beginning of 2022 in January, February, and March were higher than they were in 2021. And February of 2022 actually saw an increase of 22%. Now, why is that a bad thing for the market? We'll take a look at this here. So this article right here is showing existing houses. So there was 5,990,000 houses sold in August of 2021, and if we go to August of 2022 nationwide, there was 4.8 million houses sold. So that was a decline of 20%. Now let's take a look here at new construction, and you'll see why it's bad, and I'll explain why it's even worse than it looks. So if we take a look at this article here, we are seeing that 726,000 houses were sold in July of 2021. And if we go over here, July of 2022, there was 511,000 houses sold. Now, that was a decline of 30%. And all of those houses, those starts, because builds are taking longer, they're taking 9, 12, maybe even more than 12 months because of the supply chain issues we had. They're going to be hitting the market at the worst time when the holiday season is upon us and at the beginning of 2023. So we're going to have influx of existing homes because sellers are now not scared to sell. They're not going to be homeless. They don't have to sell and wonder if they're going to get another house. And then if they're looking to upsize, downsize, retire, school's ending. So that purchase selling season is back upon us. Now we're going to see an influx of existing homes hitting the market. And on top of that, the new builds are going to start hitting the market at a higher rate. So definitely keep an eye out on that because it's going to make 2023 a great buying year. And also if you're looking for investments to build your investment portfolio, 2023 is going to have an influx of opportunities for you. So definitely keep that in mind as all of this is happening. And the Wasatch Front is considered one of the most overvalued housing markets. Now, the mountains on both sides and the land scarcity is definitely a plus, which can help the market. However, It's considered one of the most overvalued markets where the average income can't support the average home price. So if the jobs aren't paying them much, if these prices are so high and these monthly payments are so high, it doesn't matter what's going on. I mean, and Utah is one of the leading states when it comes to new construction. So they're finding places to build these, especially if you look at Utah County, Davis County, there's a lot of land there. Maybe not in Salt Lake County as much. There is in Harriman and West Jordan, and West Jordan. But there's other counties that are right around the Salt Lake County area along the Wasatch Front that do have land. So it's definitely going to be an influx of inventory hitting the market. And right now, nationwide, we're probably seeing about 10%. And in Utah, we're seeing houses sitting on the market 50, 80, 100 plus days. So they're not even part of the Utah statistics, the Wasatch Front. So if you look at the statistics from May was the peak, and then June, July, and August saw the downturns. September is going to see a downturn because when the interest rates hit in June at their peaks at the end of June, July was the worst month in 2022. Almost 2 out of every 10 houses nationwide, the buyers backed out. Buyer remorse, cold feet, couldn't qualify, whatever it was. And right now we are at a higher interest rate than we were at the end of June. So what's that going to do? It's probably going to cause the next month or two to be very painful. Then the holiday seasons are upon us, and it's just going to be a whole bunch of inventory. I mean, there are houses sitting on the market because I'm looking at houses where I want to buy them, and they're sitting on the market 100 plus days. And just 4 or 5 months ago, those houses probably would have had multiple offers or would have been gone in a week. And they're doing price drops, and they're like $50,000, $100,000 below what they were, and they're still not even part of the statistics. So definitely, if you're looking to buy, I would wait until 2023. Worst case scenario, you're in the same boat you're in now. However, with Jerome Powell stating what he stated, and now it's in the news media finally. If you look at my other videos, I was showing what was happening in Canada, stating that Canada was about 3 to 4 months ahead of us. And I just dropped that video, I think like 2 weeks ago. And what happened? Boom. Finally, our government, our news media is putting it out there that we are going to experience a housing correction. And what happened in Canada? They said, oh, the housing correction now is going to be even worse than what we said. It's not going to be 15, it's going to be 25%. And that's the same thing that's going to happen here. So you potentially could be buying a house for 20%, 30%. And if this gets really bad, I mean, really, really bad, we could be at 40, 50% less. We could be at pre-pandemic levels when it comes to home prices. So I would definitely wait. Watch my videos down below, especially watch that market crash part 1 that's a couple of months old right now. It'll be linked below. So subscribe to my channel, hit that like button. If you need to get a hold of me, call or text me anytime. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.